Also, Rise very, very capable of following the Twisted Fate around the map. So not necessarily going to have all of that destiny value that you're used to having. However, they will have a lot of that vision control.
If you fall behind with the Ziggs draft and the Twisted Fate, you can endlessly wave clear.
Yep.
For Nongshim, it's a little bit harder, but Dokdam on Aphelios is always something I'm going to be excited about, and Peanut obviously gonna have no problem picking the bot side one up. And ooh, I would really like a dive here.
Are they looking for it? It is level 4 for Morgan, only level 3 for Rich. As they do get underneath here, Chovy in the area. They're gonna try and wait for him, but there is the hop out from Rich. Let's see whether he can survive this one. Gold card comes through. Morgan flashes away, and Gory's now teleported in. Chovy's still in the area though. This is still a 1 versus 3. He gets one of the kills and grabs the double buffs as well as Chovy picks up the turret aggro, and Gory now with double buffs is just massive. Top of him while he was going for his Raptor camp, so the Gwen not exactly going to be a surprise. We have a look at this dive one more time. A lot invested here from Hanwha, but they do manage to get the kill in the end, but it was a great teleport through from Gory to even out the situation.
And I think up until this point it's fine. If you can get the timing a little bit crisp, but might not have been able to do so because of the mid wave, then Chovy is there, and it is a really clean one. Doesn't also require you to invest multiple summoners just to get the kill. Force Nongshim to kind of pull themselves apart, have to react to your side lane pressure as this is perfect.
Right, yeah, Showstopper comes on in here as Rich. Yeah, nothing he can do. So much CC available, and that looked all too easy for Hanwha Life topside.
That's
very
not what you want. Yeah. Chovy went for base. Rich, too far up. The setup that the set provides you makes it so easy, and with no Mega now, you are 100% dead.
Yep.
Flash wouldn't have saved him there either. Rich going in here, though.
Well, here's the Nongshim version of this particular fight, as there is no Showstopper available for Morgan, so it's just going to be a little bit too difficult for him to survive. By that, I mean he is definitely dead. So the same thing can happen on the Nongshim side.
It's literally the same play.
Yeah.
It was like it's 100% the same. I love it. But still getting more gold on Gory is always going to make you very, very happy. Peanut is also comfortably farming Chovy.
Well, that's a big flash forward. The box is set up around him as now Peanut joins the fray as well. The hook will connect, but I think Chovy was dead regardless. Now his flash is also on cooldown.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Chovy out of the map means that Peanut can go in, deny more CS to Willa, get himself further ahead. In that regard, the Ziggs meta is a good thing as Kellen.
Yeah, it's a great pillar position as Zenith Blade will get him in there. Deft throwing down the bombs, but Gory's going to turn up. Deft does manage to grab the Thresh, and Willa looks to be walking out just fine. Deft still feeling like he's in a good position as we get the full zoom out.
Worry over. The flash, though, is a big one, because one of the issues that the Nongshim comp has, as mentioned previously, is the lack of engage, but with no flash, it's a lot easier.
There's Destiny, playback onto Willa, who's going to get hooked as well, but he's happy to soak up this damage. Does manage to grab the kill onto the Thresh, but immediately the Trundle is traded back on. Moonlight Vigil comes out, and Gory is doing so much work. Rich finds Deft in the backline as well, and this is the place he likes to fight. The big team fights, that's where Rich is able to get that work done, and Nongshim roll over the top of Hanwha. It's a 4-for-1 in favor of our top team in the LCK.
For Nongshim, exactly what you are looking for and what you want to avoid as Hanwha. You don't want to go for these even fights. You want to try and always force a fight with a man advantage. That's where you are the strongest, right? Use your pick potential. Use the teleport that you have available with your Twisted Fate. And instead, we see them basically opt into a full-on 5v5 within the jungle here. And I don't think that is something that you can really do unless you get a great angle onto Dokdam and you're sure that he can't do as much damage as he wants to. You're going to be in trouble. Rich also playing incredibly nicely, great teleport with really good rage management on the Naba. And I'm talking about Dokdam, but the real man doing the damage, who we haven't seen all game,
Deft in a bit of trouble. There's the flash play. Hook is going to connect onto Vista, as now Rich may have overextended a little bit. Willa looking to try and make his way through, but doesn't offer that much. And with the Ziggs dead, they lose so much of their damage.
I think it might be a really rough one for them to get back into.
Yeah, already they're falling well and truly behind when it comes to vision. Gory on the top side of the map, just telling the rest of his team to play it slow.
I'm good.
He has a lot of this control. Morgan going to be discovered by Rich, who has a great Naba. Gets that big Nara into the wall, is now Morgan wanting to set up for a showstopper. Might be able to get over a wall, may not even actually use it though, as the hook is going to connect, and the set is just dead.
true wombo combo territory, which seems unlikely.
Well, Gory's going to get exhausted. Gold card comes through. Chovy's just trying to get himself out of range. Does have the dash cannon and uses it in order to escape. That means that Gory is going to retain all control of this wave, as we can see. Kellen moves up towards the top side. They might be able to start something, as that's an instant cleanse. Mega Inferno Bomb not going to do too much, as Peanut looks to try and get out of there. Kellen's going to turn up now, though, as the satchel charge going to get Rich out of the way. Willa's going to be flashing as Chovy off on the backside is looking to try and get this pincer maneuver working. Morgan's getting chased down by Rich, though, and Willa also getting closed in on, but they are kiting relatively effectively. Just
maybe a flank angle from Morgan here. Could work.
See Peanut going aggressive already, and you're exactly right. Morgan looks to come in. Showstopper wanting to be used onto Doctarm, but he's just getting dealt with so comfortably. Rich goes down very low. Vista as well should be dying here as Gory looking to chase after him. Morgan still going 1v2. Rich goes down as well and looks to see whether he can help out, but they don't need him. And Humble Life, I think, have just fallen apart. 8,000 gold is now the lead. 2 inhibitors have now fallen down, and with this Baron, Nongshim should just be able to end the game.
It's a valiant effort from Hanwha Life, but it's not enough. It's too little, too late. And it looks like Nongshim is, just fine.
Yeah, Mega Inferno Bomb not really going to do anything here as Rich dives in, presses an ult button for fun. Chovy sidesteps absolutely everything as the Moonlight Vigil comes out. This Aphelios is very strong, but they have some lower health bars. As you can see, Hanwha Life actually able to defend their Nexus for now.
Should be looking for the clean closeout here.
Yep, they're going to be looking for it as Chovy finds the gold card onto the rise, but then just has to get out of there. Mega Inferno Bomb does okay damage, but not really enough as Morgan's just going to get taken down first. We're playing this one front to back for Nongshim as Rich right into that front line, looking for even more, and the Nexus will finally be focused down. Nongshim, pretty comfortable victory here as we just tick over the 30-minute mark.
And we see that here as well, right? Like, the damage that Morgan and Chove were able to do was fairly negligible, whereas the impact that Gory had on the entirety of the map was great. Yeah. Also, Kellen, he missed the one hook, you know, the flash
yeah,
minion. But outside of that, I wouldn't be surprised if he picks up a bunch of POG votes, because I thought outside of that, it's just exquisite.
Definitely gives Hanwha Life Esports a lot of team fighting power. Like, this is ridiculous amounts of AoE CC and damage. But Nongshim have once again a very similar composition to last time. These two teams running into one another. A little bit of poke advantage here with the Varus on the side of Hanwha Life Esports.
With the slicing Maelstrom. So nice play there. It does have to still flash, unfortunately, for him. But Chovy's there to pick up his wave, which means that the amount of resources get wasted are
we
minimal.
Are diving. Moonlight Vigil comes down as Doctarm looks for a bit more. Chovy's going to grab that first blood very comfortably, though. Doctarm with a lot of these chakrams, but unfortunately not enough to actually get himself a kill back. So first blood goes over to Chovy. Yeah, you can see Willa moving on down. You can see Chovy in position now as well. So they do get the information. Peanut relatively low, and it looks like they are just going to be able to lock down the Drake. Hanwha Life looking for a potential fight, but maybe Vista off on a different tangent to the rest of his team. Shockwave comes in, and once again, Kellen is dead. Great safeguard to get Willa out of dodge. But he's going to have to go home also. Winter's Bite not going to connect. I thought that one did too. As Morgan goes down extraordinarily low. He's real dead. And just caught in the river without much of a reason to be there as, okay, Chovy's going to get himself the Rift Scuttler. So he's going to say worth the power of the Karma, and I very much respect it as Rich. Going down very, very low. He's just going to get slicing Maelstromed. Can Morgan find another stun as Rich wants to actually take this, but there he goes. He's trying to dance around the minion. 2 more autos. And Morgan would have been able to get it, but now Lightning Rush comes through. Can he actually close the gap in time? Finds the Q and finds the kill. Morgan gets a solo onto Rich top side. We're going back a really, really long time as Rich does get the flash blind, actually, with the wallop afterwards.
And it is such a different look on Rich the moment he leaves his lane. It's like, no, 100% confident. No, I go for the flash Gnar. It's free. It's easy. And then you see this. You know your Mega Gnar is timing out.
Yeah, and he thinks that maybe with the extra minions or something like that, it's going to be fine, but This is a cannon that can kill minions with this slicing maelstrom.
Yeah. Really nicely played by Morgan as well. It's the grass proc that actually keeps him alive here for longer than you'd expect. And Morgan also thought it was over. Morgan going around the minion there when he hit the stun just to make sure he hits the shuriken. Really, really cute for him.
All right, in goes Kellen. They look for the stun onto Vista. Great sidestep from Doctor. Moonlight Vigil goes down. Deft looking for more. Chains of Corruption are there. The flash out, but it's not far enough as Doctor's going to get it. Willa now looking for something as Shockwave lands onto 2. As Chovy turns up, they look to turn it immediately. He finds himself the brush, and Hanwha managed to lock down the bottom lane in revenge for Deft falling earlier. He's Leona. He should be okay. Peanut puts down the Rift Herald, and Morgan just lying in wait on the
flash.
flank. I think he knows. As okay, Peanut's going to get stunned up. Immediately the follow-up is attempted to be there. But Peanut quick draws to get himself out of the way, and once again the Phalanx has been put together. All right, Shockwave onto Kellen, pushes him into the wall, but he's got a stopwatch. There's the Moonlight Vigil, as over goes Morgan to say good night to this team, but Rich is there as well with his ultimate. Doctor's going to go down as Willa somehow survives and gets Chovy the double kill. Peanut now on sub 100 health, and Deft is looking for this kill. Oh, ring around the rosy. That was adorable from Peanut. But Chovy might be able to get him, as he's still in a little bit of a rough spot. No, they are just going to settle for this dragon.
That was a beautiful play from Morgan, a game-saving play from Rich, and a contest from Nongshim that never should have been there. You're not in a position to fight this. Please, just give it up. You don't have... It's a first Drake. Yeah. It's just one Drake. You're behind in items, you're behind in gold. And it all starts with this play. It is indeed a teleport ward right behind them. Nice that you get the kill, but you use all your summoners, and you promptly get murdered by Chovy. That's very happy to pick up kills for him and Willa. And then I think at this point, just let it go. Just peace out. But no, they keep going forward. Kellen gets hit, and yes, eventually he's able to stay alive. Yeah, this play from Morgan is just... The only reason why they don't instantly lose the gamer is because of Rich.
Yeah.
Legit. But they should not have been in this position, Atlas. Like, just let it go.
Yeah, I think we know who's getting POG this time. As Peanut looking for a very aggressive play as Morgan finds 0 value with his ultimate. Still presses the button, though, so I guess that's a bit of fun. But Peanut just having a bit of fun with his newly constructed Gale Force.
Wow, really confident play there from Nongshim. I'm not sure if they, or Ophelia's with her, she can blow people up.
Speaking of people being blown up, this is once again Morgan getting bullied. Peanut turns up, grabs himself yet another one. 2-0-2 now for the Graves.
And that's a big one for Morgan because you have no vision on that side of the jungle. You are not allowed to walk up that far to a wave that isn't there yet.
All right, Willow looking for it. That's the collateral damage. It's going to miss. Does provide a little bit of space. The kickback onto Peanut, though, as Chovy's looking to turn up. Willow should be able to lock down this Graves eventually, but he misses the Q, and that's going to make things harder. As once again, Peanut's just using all this extra time. Willa does get into auto range, though, and will be able to lock that one down in the end. So Hanwha, they grab the jungler. They're punishing Peanut, but the amount of aggression that Peanut's playing with is actually very impressive.
Finish. Allow him to blow up people in seconds. This is just really nicely played from Rich. Another reason why we see so much priority go towards the Gnar. Nice stun from Morgan. Of course, should have not have been in this position in the first place.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was so very close. Maybe the Airy Shield was actually the value. As Rich finds the Mega and Morgan finds the Death. That's just all too good on Rich's side and gets the counter solo kill. Some unfortunate top laning here on both sides throughout this game, but very well played there by Rich.
Yeah.
They should be able to grab this, grab themselves Soul Point, and get Rich into this fight. He already had Mega Gnar, so it's likely that that will wear off as good stun is going to connect onto Vista, but it's only onto Vista. As Hanwha, they desperately want the turn. Morgan spots Kellen there off to the side. You can see the amount of damage from just the dissonance. As now Peanut gets into the pit. Can he actually lock it down? The answer's no, as he gets booted out. Doctorm also falls to Chovy as Rich has to flash to get himself out, but they're on the wrong side of the pit. As Hanwha Life, they do have themselves the Baron. That's going to be the Leona falling down, and now Peanut spotted with the rest of his teammates. And they should just be taken here. Humble Life Esports, they find the Baron and they find so much more as well. As Morgan with the slicing Maelstrom, that does basically nothing, is now Deft looking for Gory. Peanut should be taken down, as hopefully they're able to actually chase him through here. Willa wants to get into safeguard range and does so as the Lee Sin locks down that kill. That's going to be the ace. They have the Baron. They traded it for Soul Point, but I think you'll take it.
But a variety of tactics as well, and you might look at this and go, that's a flip. It's not a flip, because Willer has his finger ready on the Dragon's Rage. The moment that Peanut comes in, he gets kicked out immediately, and now Dogdom dies, which means that
we
from
were
this
watching
point
the
on...
Baron pit, but I actually want to watch this replay again, because I wasn't actually looking at how Dogdom just got slaughtered.
He has flash as well, but there are so many ways for him to die, right? A stray stun from the cannon, a Varus ultimate hit, just a Winter's Bite proc honestly is enough. And it takes a while, and you're like, you see Chovy's mana bar and you're like, oh.
He gets another shockwave as well as he just sidesteps the drill, and Clockwork Windup does the rest of the work. As we watch the Peanut attempted great escape. As I'm not sure why we're really watching this.
I want to put music under this.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Cool, blind. Yeah. Okay, we're going to jump straight into a team fight here as already Kellen has been taken down. Willa looks for a backline, finds Gory, who flashes away. Dogdom's frontlining, but he does do a lot of damage. Rich now looking for his way out and back in to this fight with some time spent on the fountain. He should be able to do so, but these Baroned Up minions are going to allow Humble Life to take down this bottom inhibitor. They look to still be pushing. 16 seconds onto Kellen as in goes Willa, but he is going to have to flash his way out. As Peanut's very low, Dogdom the same, and Humble Life Esports still looking for more. My God, Chovy does so much damage. The hail of arrows is enough to get rid of the Karma. And Humble, they don't want to overstay their welcome. They are just going to back away.
And this is crucial because as long as the base is standing, Nongshim have the opportunity to try and fight back. Can't get taken down here though, and the poke that is coming through from Deft is insane here. Chovy, every single ability that he hits. Look at that!
He's got 25 stacks on his Majais. He's 8-0-6. This is the most fed Orianna that we've seen this entire season. Oh, he's cancelled the back.
Oh, they know.
And they've got a ward.
And now he's back
they
again.
Can teleport in. Yeah, he's going to have to channel this one. Good stun is going to connect onto Chovy, but it doesn't really matter. The follow-up is not there. The first Nexus turret goes down. Peanut will finally turn up. The teleport is very interesting here as Rich decides he wants to try and get this double stun. Death goes golden though, and they're just going to deal with the Gnar before turning their attention to this last remaining Nexus turret and the rest of Nongshim that are in the area. Willa looking for a potential flanking position. They're not even really going to need it. Dogdom gets snagged by the shockwave, and in goes Morgan. He's going to find Gory as well, and this game is well and truly over. Willa hunts down Peanut towards the top side, and Humble Life Esports, they will bring us to a deciding game in this best of 3.
Yeah. And you see, yeah, Fios is great, but if he doesn't actually get in range to take down anyone because everyone is either far larger range than him or they instantly kill him, don't get to do a lot.
Yeah.
It looks like be spared, and we will actually have the fun matchup.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be Chovy's Aurelia because Morgan doesn't play aggressive champions on the top side of the map. It's just not his thing, unless you include Kennen in that conversation. But no, it's more Dudu's realm.
I think you'll be fine. You have a really nice poke composition. If you can position well, keep vision, and deny the most blatant of hard engages from Hanwha Life.
Is the stun not going to connect there onto Gory, but still not exactly finding all of the value that he's looking for in the W. As Chovy is not actually going to be maxing it, but decides to dive in on top of Gory and is going to flash and also is just going to die. That was hyper-aggressive. Peanut, I believe, was just going to be able to get that one. No early Drake's going to be started here, as I believe both... Oh, okay, we're going to see the vision, and as you can see, Chovy's like, all right, this is my time to go, and obviously we knew Peanut was in position.
Immediately feeling bad about that. Like the moment you go
in. Look, Peanut!
As, oh, Gory does need to be careful.
It knows. Nope. Never mind.
Okay, now we're going to close in. There's Gory. Oh my goodness, Vista somehow finds it. Chovy trying to get on over as there's the ultimate, but it's not not quite enough, and Gory walks it out. Oh, they used everything, but it wasn't quite enough. They will still get some control here, and there's no teleport. So really well played. Opportunistic there as we're going to check out Gory. Oh my goodness, so close. Wow. As Dr. Arm not actually able to get too much, and Solar Flare will connect, kick back. Chains of Corruption are going to land. Piercing Arrow comes through. So many teleports as Vista may have actually just killed himself there with that Zenith Blade, but no, Gory's going to dive on in, finds depth towards the backline, and Perfect Execution is going to do it. Morgan now trying to get out as Rich. Gonna get the hammer back. There's the equalizer. Flash from Willa, but he's just gonna be taken. Equalizer position was not good. Very unfortunate here as Nongshim just find victories all over the map.
Because, of course, the blasting one builds into all the items that you'd actually want. And yeah, it's just a cancel. Morgan waiting as long as possible as well. And I really like that.
Ultimate the cancel as well. As Facebreaker, I believe, should have been available.
Yeah. And I don't think that was necessary, but he might have thought that Callan had left the area. Not 100% sure.
No, he was taking control ward. So.
Then I don't know why. Because you can just phase breaker. Maybe the phase breaker was like a couple of seconds of cooldown, because there's no reason to dive that turret. Otherwise,
yeah.
As the nice thing about waiting as long as he did for clearing that ward is that as Nongshim, you kind of take the skirmish with the expectation that a teleport will come in. And one will, but the other one unfortunately won't, as here we see how Gory gets taken down, because we haven't seen that quite yet.
이거 계속 볼 수 있을 것 같은데.
Good satchel. Does have flash as we can see. Really a W.
Yep. And it's quite nice once it comes to actual fights. My problem is, I'm not seeing a lot of those.
Yeah, not a lot of fighting going on here.
And as long as there's no fighting, the Starix that Morgan's probably about to finish doesn't really get a lot done. And that is something that is not on Morgan specifically, but on Hanwha Live as a whole.
Well, there is a lot of company down here on the bottom side, as Morgan might have chose the wrong time to fight. He's actually holding onto his buttons, though, very nicely, as Vista turns up as well. And actually some reserved play coming through from Morgan. Very impressive. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down. Vista uses the Zenith Blade to avoid it, but the Shock Blast is still going to finish off the Leona. Some of the micro plays out from Vista have been very impressive here today, but that time didn't actually work out. Saying, well, we're not going to fight for anything, and we're going to hope that Chovy's going to hit critical mass and be able to side lane ourselves to a successful situation. As another equalizer goes into a very awkward position, as we're just throwing around abilities. And Gory is going to be able to get himself out of the way. Another Zenith Blade, though, to snipe him out of nowhere. And now Chovy dives into the backline. He gets CC'd for a long time, but unfortunately, it's not going to matter. Over the wall he goes, as Callan is going to go golden for a minute, sees his death, and Chovy is going to collect that kill. And now, this might be Hanwha Live thinking that it's time for Baron.
I don't know if they can do that, though, with the Zig still available, and Rich
and
there
Rich
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Dangerous moments. Here's all the poke starting to fly on through, and a lot of ultimates are now on cooldown, as we know. But Morgan finds himself into the backline. Rich flashes. He locks down the Leona, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save him, as he can't get over this wall. He goes golden. It's once again going to be a see your death type position, as Dr. Arm still throwing these bouncing bombs over. Will mean that the health bars are too low to attempt any Baron, but Hanwha did manage to find the picks that they were looking for. Like, oh no, my scout is reporting an Akali getting over a wall, and instantly it's a magnetized
I will
Zenith
not allow
Blade.
it. Actually insane, as... Look at this. Oh my god.
Catches him after the flash, so that was just really sick.
As then, I think that that pick is fine, and going in on Callan here is okay as well, but you should leave it at that and use that to take control of the enemy jungle. Because there is also Willer starts Baron here for some reason. And it's the fact that Morgan finds that engage is nice. But in the end, like, it's an okay trade, right? You trade 3 for 1. I think in the end, it's Gory.
Gory is also, once again, going to try and make his way out. Vanguard's Edge, though, is going to connect. And unfortunately, for the Akali, didn't quite have much room to go for any sort of Zhonya's play. And despite the fact that, once again, I mean, it's just a whole lot of abilities being thrown into nowhere. But they had enough of them that at least the last one hit.
And now you need to stall as Nongshim. And as Hanwha Live, you want to make use of this pick to just get the Baron as fast as you possibly can. Teleport coming in the back there.
Yeah, be careful. Peanut's making his way over as well as, okay, Morgan is going to be able to find the Lee Sin as Willa gets taken down extraordinarily low. Vista decides that it's time to start a fight. And Deft is going to look for the Chains of Corruption. He's over the wall. He's actually pretty safe right now as the Leo is going to be taken, but it's support for support. And Gori's still dead. He has teleport, but he's not up just yet. This bouncing bomb needs to be respected. Somehow that Q lands. And Peanut, are you going to do it? I wouldn't if I were you. And he's going to say, I agree.
It's just Nongshim finding so much damage. Yeah, the gold chart not looking great, but now they have Mountain Soul.
Well, Rich might be in trouble here as the reset did come through for Chovy. He's trying to get on top of this one, but unfortunately, there are too many friends for Rich. Chovy goes gold and the rest of Hanwha Live for trying to capitalize on this one. He buys a bit of time, but where is the damage? Def finally going to turn up, and Mega Inferno Bomb is once again going to say goodbye to almost the entirety of Willa's health bar. Gori trying to dive in. Deft looking to try and keep him at arm's length as well. And unfortunately, they're not able to get anything for Chovy's life. And now, Nongshim are going to move over to the Baron themselves, get all of the vision control back. And they're going to start it off. They got 5 members here. Chovy has teleport, but he's not alive for another 25 seconds.
And nothing happens, right? It's the inactivity that gets me with Hanwha Live, and it's a symptom of a team that has had a lot of issues with actually playing aggressively. Yes, individually they've looked great, even in this game, but then outside of that, there just isn't that much going on. And this initially looks like an overcommittal from Nongshim, but then you realize that's an ultimate that exists in the game.
Fight for that one, or whether Nongshim can just make it impossible for them. As Willa once again going to get chunked by all this poke. Oh my goodness, Vista, no way out of that one. Just gets satcheled and destroyed, and now Nongshim, they're going to be able to break open the base in the mid lane. They're not looking like they're stopping either, as you can see. Chovy's forced it back. And Gori, he's getting this minion wave prepared for the bottom lane as well. This Baron power play is only going to extend further and further as even more of these structures are being eliminated. Chovy does finally turn up, but he doesn't really do anything in a counter siege, as you can see, and unless Hanwha Live can pull the trigger, can't really do too much. But without Vista, it makes it so much harder. There is a flanking ward. Thank you, Jonah Strong, for letting us know about this one. But Hanwha just looks like they don't really know. As Vista moves on in, but Chovy's going to get poked. Will is going to get poked. And Nongshim are just continuing to siege this one out. Now the teleport is going to come through as Willa once again takes the Mega Inferno Bomb to the face as Morgan gets towards that backline. He looks for Gori as Chovy trying to dive on in. The equalizer is actually decent this time around though, but Deft is just going to get taken out by Rich. And look at all of these siege minions. It's ridiculous. This looks like a game of StarCraft, not League of Legends, because there's just so many red minions on the map and they obliterate Hanwha. Yeah, seriously. It's like, oh, have I got my 3 immortals? Yes, I do. In we go. The super minions. It's a Colossus or something like that. Oh, man. Well, Rich did a heck of a lot of damage. 20k.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season with the POG interview translation, and we're here joined by Gori Damsam, the damage carries on the side of Nongshim. And Gori, congratulations on hitting 1,000 POG points, being the sole #1. Starting from the second round robin, you know, we started to play. We started the week on Thursday, so it's been a while since I got the POG and I did the interview. It's been too long, so had we lost this series again, it's gonna be a huge frustration for us. Tokdan, what about you? How are you feeling? I'm happy that we won, but the fact that we took down the opponent that we lost to in the first round robin makes it even better. Speaking of the first round robin, you guys had some hard time on the mid lane. I think we were able to have a lot of target bent towards the mid lane and deny some of the powerhouse of Hanwha Live Esports. What kind of feedback did you guys went back and forth in order to prepare for the series? Watching Hanwha Live's matches, we could realize that they always try to play around their mid. They path around their mid, they gank a lot, so we wanted to kind of deny those powers. Peanut played Grapes in game 2, and we saw a bit of a frustration on his face after losing that game. I think we fell onto very weird position throughout the pick and ban, so we just wanted to tidy up our draft for game 3. Speaking of game 3 draft, I think you guys are the bottom duo has been doing a fantastic work, always getting the blind pick for your teammates and carrying the lanes. What are the pros and cons about having some of the power picks out on the bottom lane? If you are going to draft around your bottom lane should be good. But the bad thing about that is actually the current meta is about the top side, so it's really easy to lose once you cannot get your, hit your power spike. Then speaking of the top side, Kali got nerfed so bad. And some people are even saying that this champion is no longer viable in competitive games. However, this champion has become a meta pick in other regions as well. So as a player who actually played in the game, do you think that nerf was critical? I mean, Akali itself is pretty good. I mean, we had some change with the combo, but still the damage output is pretty much the same. I think it's pretty similar to the old Akali. And Gory, your Rise and Akali are undefeated 5-0. You have other undefeated champs as well, Set, Akali, Rise, Lucian. Which one is your favorite or your best comfort pick? Of course, Set. I haven't been able to play this these days, but Set is my champion that I have the most confidence. But I want to keep my Akali 100% win rate to be honest. Because Set is a very dicey champ, but Akali is a reliable champ. So the fact that I was able to stay undefeated in Akali is a proof that I have been performing pretty well. Game 3, Gory, you actually got picked on the top lane for a couple of times. It's not about you being, maybe it could be something about you being greedy on the side lane, but it was more about Dongsin Radford playing around Dokdam, always gaining vision for him, not the Kali. Was that something you guys planned in advance? Was that the theme of your play this time? Because we were having a huge lead. Hana Life Esports were actually avoiding fights and they were freezing waves. So I was a little bit getting flustered, so I got a little bit mad because the wave was frozen. And I was losing so many CS, so it's my fault, but I got too greedy and I kind of overstepped to get the CS. However, you bought so much time. Was there any point that you thought this game is now in a very risky position? Even though Hana Life got a kill on Akali, we thought it's all okay because Ziggs can deny their Baron try all day. So I have a question about Ziggs. I thought Ziggs Braum are not the best duo. They don't have the synergy. What do you think about that? Ziggs is a champion that plays the lane by himself. So once you hit the late game, Braum is just so OP, so we just wanted to get 2 good picks. Were you confident that you can exert more pressure even with Ziggs and Braum? I mean like 50-50. And we have an AI statistic here, and you guys actually have 67% of probability to remain on the first place at the end of the regular split. Are you confident, Guri? Our performance these days has been a little bit shaky, so I'm a little bit worried inside. What about you, Dokdam? I think it's possible. Seeing some strong spirit from Dokdam. In order to continue this winning streak, you guys will face off a Freak of Freaks. How are we going to prepare for that match? We have beaten them in the first round robin, so it's gonna be an easy win. But the Freak of Freaks last time, they lost to all the teams that they won in round 1, and they won all the teams that they fell to in round 1. So I'm a little bit worried about that. So we don't know. What about you, Tokdam? They're not an easy opponent, but still a very doable matchup for us. Wish you the best of luck in the upcoming series, and this will be the end of the Nongshim Red first POG players. I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.